the playoff.
Yeah, Heather Dinich joining us now and just kind of been giving us some perspective because the College Football Playoff Committee is going to meet for the first time and have their first rankings on Tuesday. Who do you think is going to be the biggest headache for them when they all meet and start discussing these teams?
Well, I think it's the number 4 spot. So let's go through it real quick. I think Alabama and Georgia. And so my instinct is to lean towards Clemson for that number 4 spot because they insist it's the whole body of work. What happened with Ohio State and Penn State is a snapshot.
And listen, in terms of what's going to be the most controversial, it's been that way on the show today. You have Clemson in. We've heard from Booger and Paul. They think that it should be Ohio State, also confirming maybe they're being prisoners of the moment. But you look at that, and we already know that the Pac-12 as a whole is on life support. But if we put them aside, which conference do you think has the most groundwork in order to find themselves into the playoffs? Well, to look at even the SEC championship, but as it stands now, you would essentially have just 2 Power 5 teams in the entire college football playoff, which would be really incredible. More reaction from Booger and Paul in just a minute. And Heather, thank you for kind of giving us an inside look at what's going to be, I imagine, a bit of a discussion at Gaylord. All right, Kevin, what do you got?
Your Gear Up is taking the country by storm.
Yes, that's not hyperbole either. He earns a paycheck writing for The Undefeated, but he spends his Saturdays as our style expert, Aaron Dotson, going to walk us through the unis.
Who we kidding? This is his favorite day of the weekend.
It really is.
Ole Miss taking on LSU. Rebels are hosting the Tigers. What are they wearing today?
Matt, hope you've learned your lesson, Paul Feinbaum.
Hanging out with you two on Sunday morning, I'm learning a lot of lessons this fall.
I'm going to take
not good.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to take that as a compliment.
No,
but
they're not.
I want to stick with Jalen Hurts' appearance on your show, and I want to know which one of his statements on your show is more wrong: that Alabama has faced some really tough opponents this year, or that Tennessee is great.
It is one of the great rivalries in college football. But listen to this question carefully. Do you think Tennessee's offense will score a single point today?
Yes.
Playing USC tomorrow on this set, will you have to say you were wrong about Brian Kelly?
Story I've been wrong about this year.
Now, Paul, actually, that's tomorrow's show.
Yes.
Quickly, write the headline.
I think the headline, college football.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to this weekend. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, friend. Paul Feinbaum with us. Time to sign off, as we always do. Signs a part of college game day and college football. Elle, give it to us.
A lot of people talking about today's matchup for Penn State.
Yeah.
I think it is a Penn statement game.
Oh.
Hey,
I like that.
right?
All right, so USC, Notre Dame, each of them have one loss entering the game.
Correct.
And perhaps the best 11 we've had all year.
Took a look in the mirror and said, "What's up, Aaron Dotson? Hey, we're getting money. You're not getting money to do this, but we want you as our style expert to walk us through each uniform."
Big week for you. Illinois taking on Wisconsin in the Big Ten. What are the Fighting Illini wearing against the undefeated Badgers? That guy's uniform could be the best one we've featured all year on Gear Up. They get set to take on Penn State, and they are wearing this beauty. What is it? All grape.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we've got
Texas Pete.
the LeBrons. We got the George. We probably could have done without one of the uniforms, but it is Arizona. And we had an Ivy League school. We got smart.
Yeah, well, that's the stretch. Here he is.
Always questions that. We had to regroup from that.
And that was my T-shirt, by the way.
I bet it was.
Hey, Paul,
Signed.
write the headline for us, will you?
The headline tomorrow.
So fast, Paul. Like, outside of the festivities, which are plentiful there, why do we still care about this Georgia-Florida game?
Fit right in.
My college ID is still lost in the streets of Jacksonville somewhere. That's for sure.
They don't do that at college football, Paul. Don't encourage the drinking. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Safe travels. Enjoy SEC Nation, 10 a.m. Eastern on the SEC Network. The great Paul Feinbaum. Time, as always, we end the show with sign off, a staple in college game day and college football. Trevor, we'll start with your sign. Sign us off.
I'll tell you, here's the luck of the Irish. You don't need the luck of the Irish when you're running for over 300 yards a game.
I love that. Look at the bricks. All right. The only winner in Florida is Flo Rida. Go down, stick 'em.
22 touchdowns accounted for, 0 turnovers since the loss to
You win.
Wrong.
You win.
and Barrett.
You win.
That is strong.
I like
Great
it.
job for the design
Nice
team.
pun,
A
nice
big
dad joke.
day in college football. 4 top 25 matchups. With Trevor Maddich, Elle Duncan, I'm Matt Barry. Enjoyed the last Saturday of October in Penn State. This Grin and Barrett college game day coming up next live from Columbus.